Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. All that and more coming up next.
Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a fun little clash in the AFC. Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. To throw is Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Patterson on the draw play. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters who often hope for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
It's a gain of 35. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. A handoff running left is Mostert. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And the Dolphins are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter.
44, ready.
As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 27 yards. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Russell Wilson and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And he'll be looking to snap a pretty unwelcome start to this ball game. Interceptions on his first 3 drives. He'll look to turn things around here as they start with a 1st down. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. On 1st down, Wilson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field, but his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now a 3rd and 6. Here's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Jake Bailey on down to punt here on 4th down. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, Wilson. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Throwing again here, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, have excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. And it's intercepted. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Again, that's Watkins. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphin. A happy sight for a lot of these fans. We're jumping right over halftime and getting back into the action. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had to have time, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Last standing that time from Keanu Benton. Got in there and hit him for a loss.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed.
And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Miami. 65 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They make their second half debut here. Things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realize what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now Wilson on first down. And this one too low. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, 35 yards. And the Steelers are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. We're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Tua going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now the Steelers down by 7. A little under 2.5 to go. Back to throw. Fields. It's brought in by Wilson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's got this to Pickens. And in for the Steelers touchdown. George Pickens with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. They do tack on the extra point as well. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Miami set to take over. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here, 1st and 10.
All right, come on.
Now Tua. He's got a man complete. Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 75 yards. And the Dolphins answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and the lead is now 21-14.
14. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now it's the Steelers' turn, trailing by a touchdown. Just over a minute 40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw, Fields. That's pulled in by Wilson. Now Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So it looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
All eyes on Fields. And his throw here is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
4th down, 10 yards to go. They snap it to Fields. Going deep this time for Miller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. To throw is Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. That one looks like he'll throw here. That is intercepted. It's the ex-Dolphin, Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Here's Fields. He's got Pickens complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's 1st down. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. That one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact.